Since you have formed karmic bonds as parents and children, you cannot redo it. You must accept it. Just thinking any one of them might be your unfavorable bodhisattva as you are doing your practice on Buddhism. In fact, he is not so negative as he is, although he may occasionally make some serious troubles which may greatly upset you. However, the more you practice on Buddhism, the more virtuous your child will become. Therefore, you keep praying in front of the Buddha and bodhisattvas for him to lead a life of virtue. This will gradually make him good enough to start following your path, like taking refuge, observing precepts, and even becoming a vegetarian. What's more, he will study Buddhism, practice the Dharma, and do good deeds. All of this requires you to help him develop his virtue first. By accumulating merits for your child, you may as well repay the karmic debts between you and him. You can do something charitable in his name and dedicate it to him so as to repay the debts you owe him. However, what you repay is still not enough because you just pay off a small portion of that debt. Recite the Heart Sutra for him every day, praying for him in front of the Buddha. This will enhance his virtue. At first, help him cut off the relations with bad friends and negative affinities, and he then naturally nurture his virtue. Make him meet good teachers and beneficial friends. This process needs to be gradual. Imagine your four fingers line up on the sideways, showing the different levels of success. If he is at the lowest level now, you cannot expect him to reach the highest level immediately. He needs to slowly make progress to the second level, and then to the third level, and finally to the fourth or the highest level. Sometimes it is difficult to achieve success. After reaching a slightly better level, they may shrink or fall back. This may result from his creating new bad karma or from your slacking off that affects him. This may happen when you stop accumulating merits for him or when you fail to resolve the karmic debts. It sounds tough to resolve your own karmic debt, doesn't it? Indeed it does. As Buddhists, we all know that it is really tough to deal with our own karma, let alone we try to deal with our sons. Certainly, there are some karmic debts between you and your son, with some karmic creditors invisible and some visible. Now that you realize that you and your son have karmic debts, more than 90% of such relations is usually due to certain karmic debt. In the period of sadhana vipraplopa, or the period of degeneracy, perhaps only 1 or 2 out of 100,000 cases are coming to repay their debts. Let's go back to the farm. In reality, your karmic creditors come to collect the debts you owe to them. However, they see that you have truly repented of and pay compensation for what you had done to them. Whenever you are listening to the Dharma teachings, they will in the meanwhile follow you to listen to these teachings as well. Over time, they may be determined to stop demanding what they are deserved to claim. This way, they start practicing the Dharma teachings and wish to take refuge in Buddhism. Eventually, it is fairly possible that these karmic creditors become your protectors.